now listening to the Good Bad Advice Podcast with Stephanie and Chase.
Hello. It's flat, so flat.
We just keep going. You guys, this is the third or fourth hello we've done. I was counting it because we snap before, so that way when we're syncing the video and the audio, we have something loud enough that blows out the sound, so she can sync it easier. And I was hitting it, and then I was like, there was a ship who went to sea on a neighbor. And then we just started having
we cannot
more
stop
songs.
laughing. Oh my
that's so funny.
gosh.
Welcome to the Good Bad Advice Podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Chase.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we give it unsolicited advice. Do I smell burnt toast? I'm having another stroke on air. Someone call a doctor. We give unsolicited advice to people in the news.
And they need it. We need it.
We do. How are you, my queen?
I'm doing so good.
I know. Today's been a good morning so far.
It really has.
Even though
honestly.
it's the butt crack of dawn.
I know.
And it snowed last night, which I did not see coming.
Nope, I did not. I knew there was
Third winter. Don't know
a
her.
potential storm warning, but I was like, sure, whatever. We'll see if that actually happens. Turns out it did.
Yeah.
I hated that.
I hate when the weather's right, and I hate when we're in just about March and we get a snowstorm.
No, I am ready for spring.
I am really ready for spring. I got some
almost
cute
ready for
shirts. I went to Cotton On and got some
Cute.
cool like knit shirts, and then I had some Abercrombie cottony collared shirts that look great. So
Yeah, you have a good summer wardrobe.
yeah, I'm like pretty pumped for it.
Me too.
So you're doing well.
I'm doing great.
How was your week? Update everybody on your week so far.
My week
or
was
your week
good.
last week.
Very low key. I read a book about murders while there was actively police looking for somebody in my neighborhood. So I don't recommend.
Wait, do you know what they were looking for? Who they were
No,
looking
there
for?
was just
Why?
police cars. Like I have no
Patrolling?
more information, but they were patrolling with their lights
Do you
on.
have like aren't you on like a neighborhood Facebook page or something?
Yes, but nobody posted about it.
Ugh, get a new neighborhood.
No, but that neighborhood
literally-
page is iconic. Like literally our very first week that we moved in, this person posted a picture of a random child who looked a little bit like Mowgli from Jungle Book and was like, does anybody know whose child this is? They were in our house. And I was like, this is the greatest Facebook page I've ever been a part of. Like I was obsessed.
Our neighborhood page is just mostly lost animals.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people that don't take care of their animals in my neighborhood.
No, shockingly. Also somebody posted last week, they're like, does anybody know whose like dog this is? It looked like a puppy, like under a year old. And somebody comments, I saw that dog on a rehoming page yesterday.
The drama.
Like-
Am I the drama?
Wow, people are awful.
We also talked about how we could do an entire episode of just TikTok sounds, and I just did one, but I need you to acknowledge it.
Oh,
Am
of
I
course.
the drama?
Am I
the
drama?
Scarlet Envy, RuPaul's
Am
Drag
I the
Race.
villain? I don't think I'm
I'm
the villain.
I sent you some really, really good TikToks this week, by the way. My
you did.
TikTok game was on fire.
You were.
We're going to talk about Adie Bryant's, but I've probably watched that clip of her at the SAGs a dozen, two dozen
100
times.
times.
Yeah, I think she's hilarious.
It's so funny. Her delivery is so good. I do have to mention, even though I am going to be the person who's like, hey, I had a dream that I need to tell you about.
Oh, yes.
I had a dream that
I
Jay-Z
had a
and I
dream.
were on very like close terms, close enough that I said, hey, Jay.
Solid.
And then I was like, how are you doing? And he's like, it's already been a long day, so I'm going to go see a movie by myself. And I said, Jay, it's 8 a.m. And he said, I just really love movies. And I was like, okay, dog, do what you need to do.
Oh, honey.
And then I asked,
the
I don't
crime
think I
of
said
the
dog.
dream is calling Jay-Z
I
dog.
don't think I called him dog, honestly. But then I was like, what are your favorite movies? And then like there was 20 minutes of my dream where Jay-Z was just musing about his favorite movies.
Okay, wait, like what did he pick? Do you remember?
No, it was one of those where he was just kind of like, well, I really love this movie. Yeah, it was like so uninteresting that I think I was actually like actively trying to get away from the conversation. But then towards the end of the dream, somebody was like,
Literally, my Facebook page just posted, found dog. The dog wandered up to us, my husband, this morning. He's very friendly, has a collar, but no tags. I tell you, that's my entire page.
actively.
In real time. Okay, so sorry. So he's telling you about the dreams. Charlie Brown, wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah. No, in the dream, I was telling everybody this story, and then he was going to be a guest on our podcast.
What a guest to get.
So I just
Thank you for manifesting J flippin' Z. Do we call him Jay when he's here?
Yeah, because him and I
J-Dog?
are on a first name basis.
And we eat
J-Dogs.
J-Dogs. This episode could have been sponsored by J-Dogs. Wait, if Jay-Z... Hang on a second. Eyes on... 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me. Listen. If you work for corporate J-Dogs and we procure any person as a guest whose first name starts with J and that we could appropriately call dog, like Justin Bieber, J-Dog.
Yeah.
Julian Assange, J-Dog. I'm trying to think of like Juliana Rancic, Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
Yep.
Are you Julie Bowen?
Yes.
I'm trying to think of all my Jewel.
Jewel.
If we get Jewel, she's probably available. If we had Jewel and we said, "What's up, J-Dog? J-Dogs, will you please sponsor
J-Dogs.
that and fill like I want a mountain
of hot
I want
dogs.
an art display of hot dogs behind us for the J-Dog episode for Jennifer Lawrence. J-Law, more like J-Dog. It brands itself.
We're getting
you
there.
guys.
We're getting there.
We're gonna nail it at some point.
Somebody send this clip to J-Dogs.
Yes. Oh God, I love a J-Dog.
I love a hot dog.
So Oliver's wanting to do baseball.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, yes, please.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs, and I'm in the stands, which means I'm mostly covered for a lot of it. If not, but I'm sitting. I can
Plus
get
you
one
sit
of
on
those
the back
stand
row, you have an
chairs.
umbrella.
Yeah, I got an umbrella. I can kind of be watching the game.
Yep.
Kind of like chilling.
Ooh, because you really only need to watch when he's up.
I know that's the thing about baseball. It's so unbelievably boring. I cannot believe it is America's favorite pastime.
So good atmosphere when you are there, though.
Yeah. Oh, the vibes.
Exactly what you're saying.
The
if
vibes
I'm in the stands,
are.
I got a hot dog.
Did you see, by the way, the designs for the new baseball stadium?
Oh, I saw them.
Wait, why are you saying it like it's a disease?
Wait, do you mean the new outfits?
New outfits?
Oh. So you're going to love this.
No, I'm saying the new stadium.
Yes, I heard.
That's
I
being
saw the
built
plans.
or going to be built in like Orem or something, North Orem.
Oh, I thought they said it was going to be in Salt Lake.
No, this is like they're redoing a portion of Utah County, and they're going to put the baseball park in there.
Okay. Well, what you should know is that the MLB uniforms were switched to a new company, and the pants are see-through.
What?
Exactly. Exactly. And
wait.
in the way that you think they are.
Wait, no.
There is already
MLB
photos of
uniform,
men stretching and
pants see through. Oh gosh, don't forget to not Under Armour Trolls Major League Pants see through. We got you covered.
there is like, you can see the shirts tucked in.
Wait, here's the photos from spring.
But there's people like
stretching
and it leaves nothing to the imagination because we're not an explicit show is what we will say. Google it yourself.
Also, here's the record. Here's my thought though, by the way. Like this man, we can't show the picture. This man is clearly wearing 1998 boxers from Dockers.
Yeah.
Like these are a Docker. Like he could absolutely swim in these.
Yes.
And it may bring him down. He should. That actually. Now that I think about it, thank you, because we need to correct some of these menses.
Yeah, we need to
on what the
judge
appropriate
them
undergarment
into-
should
yeah.
be. And
No,
how else
they
are we going
should
to do
all
that
be
unless
wearing
they're all
compression
wearing?
shorts.
They need to be wearing compression shorts that are at least thigh high.
Like it should be a part of the uniform, really.
Can you imagine posing for the pictures? And they're like, hey, we're going to take your pictures. And like, oh gosh, not another picture. Then you see the picture and you're like, whoa.
Well, honestly, I was like, I can't even believe that the people who took these photos didn't edit them so the pants didn't look see-through.
Also, I don't know anything really about baseball, okay? But what I do know is that if I'm a professional baseball player, you can never get me to take a picture looking like this. Like this is just shy of T-ball. Hey, Mom, click with a little ball up. Okay, that's...
Yeah, it feels like they could get a little bit more unique versus hold the ball up.
Yeah, totally.
Hold the ball in the
Do
air.
the bat.
Oh, no, straight face. You got to look
And
serious.
then with like a lime green background.
Yeah,
Like what a
no,
bizarre... They need someone like Matt Clayton Photography has done some cool... He did some cool...
They need action shots.
They need like a cool action shot with like chalk exploding in the background or something, so it feels like a vibe, not
Yes.
like dun 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 dun, dun, not like Lil Bluey, the cartoon show. They're like a guest on it.
Yeah.
You know, or like they're gonna do Sesame Street.
Well, I think
oh my gosh, that'd actually be
probably-
a fire campaign. Would be for like fashion or like a vibe. But if it was on Sesame Street, but you kind of like slid up Sesame Street.
To tell you, I'm sure you saw videos of Travis and his friend
Yes.
at the concert.
Mm-hmm.
There was a picture of them, and then it went dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Bluey, and you go to the next slide, and it's Bluey and Bingo, because Travis is an all blue like short set,
Which is a very bold choice.
and his friend is in a yellow short set. It made me cackle. I thought it was so funny.
The internet wins.
Always. The internet
Always.
wins always. Have you ever watched an episode of Bluey?
No.
I have not either. But I've heard it's amazing, like making grown people cry. But I think I'm going to save it for when I have kids. Because I know I'll be watching it on repeat eventually.
Yeah, I think when you've been held hostage by your children to watch a show that they like, that you, could have watched an episode of and been fine, but now are watching it 7,000 times.
Yeah.
You just are sort of like, never again.
Yeah.
Like now that my kids are of a certain age that they don't have those sorts of shows, or even like movies, they're not like, I have to just watch, Frozen for the umpteenth time, or the Barbie. I watched so many cartoon Barbie movies.
Bailey used to watch Pokemon.
Oh, that's at least a lot. Same with a lot of adults.
Pokemon, Avatar. She loves watching Avatar.
Oh, there's a new Netflix
Live
series,
action.
live action Avatars, or Airbender.
There is kind of a history of the live action of Avatar being awful, so we'll see how it goes. So
Well, speaking of awful, we left last week and we went to Chick-fil-A. That was not awful, but
we haven't even posted that yet.
To be fair, we didn't post any social clips from last week.
And that episode
Someone
was
said
good. Sorry,
to me,
it's coming.
Someone said, "Why do you do social cuts like a week or two behind? Like, wouldn't you want to like be promoting the new one?" And I was like, "We have jobs, Karen.
This is a hobby.
This is a hobby. We're doing the best we can."
I don't know if it was a Lisa. But here
So we
are.
did mukbang the Chick-fil-A experience, which was great. Delicious.
It was delicious. The frosted lemonade.
Here's the problem. I then went to a songwriting session that night with my friend Emily, Ashley, Garen, and Steven. And they ordered DP cheese. DP cheesesteaks. Oh, God, I can't believe I'm going to tell this story. My mouth is literally warm salivating. And Greg was like, Emily's husband was like, hey, is anyone going to get it true Philly style with the cheese whiz and the onions and the peppers? And I was like, I will, Greg, because I love peer pressure.
Yeah.
And I ate it all. The next morning, feeling a little stomachy, I'm like, hey, girl, my acid reflux is up. So I take my med, and then I'm in the house, and I'm like, maybe I just feel better if I just puked a little bit.
Yep.
So I puke a little bit, and I'm like, oh.
That's adulthood.
I'm like, oh, I think I'm okay. So I pop gum in. I'm actually talking to Charlotte on FaceTime driving up to work. And I'm like, I was feeling bad, but talking to you just makes me so much better, which is true. I love talking to her so much. Shout out, honey. She listens every week. I could not love my children more. I'm so proud of them. I could not love Charlotte calling me more when she just calls me out of the blue. I'm like, oh, a dream.
Yeah.
Anyway, I then get to the office and I'm waiting for a client to come in. And then I'm like, ruh-roh. I barf 7 different times at the office. I get horrible food poisoning. I have to cancel 3 hearings for that day. Thankfully, the court and everybody understood. I was like, I am barfing my brains out. I threw up a total of 26 times.
It was not the Chick-fil-A, though. I would like
She
to
has
clarify.
tried really hard to convince me of that. But
No, it definitely
it couldn't have
wasn't
been
the
timing. I
Chick-fil-A.
know.
It for sure was
But when you're throwing
DP
it
cheesecakes, but it does not.
up,
You
it
cannot.
does not matter.
No, the last
Cannot
time
separate.
I had food poisoning, the
You were out-
last
it was like
5
3
things.
weeks ago.
Yeah, the last 5 things I ate, I still haven't touched because I'm just like, even if I didn't see what it was when I puked it up, I just
The other thing that's so sad that I ate that day, Sunday's best, the fried rice. Because I remember seeing that coming out. It's like, ugh. You know, at the end where you're just barfing black, it's just like straight up bile.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Black.
ugh.
Bile is yellow.
Oh, well, I don't know what I was throwing up. Mine was just like straight up black. And I was like, ugh, like a demon.
I feel like you should be concerned.
I have such bad stomach issues generally. I'm like, oh,
Were
this
you
is on
drinking
brand.
things while you were?
I was trying to drink those little teeny Gatorades,
Oh,
like a
yeah,
mini
that
Gatorade.
probably could have turned
So
it.
I would have that, and then I would barf, and it would be like I'd drink it a little bit, so I could have
I know
electrolytes.
people are like, you should hydrate, but I'm like, if I get nothing back in me, then I won't throw up more.
I know that logic was mine too, but Cass, my neighbor, was like, you just gotta. I know you're gonna throw it up, but your body will absorb it before you throw it up. They'll absorb the electrolytes, and it will help your aches and whatever else. So I did that. So that was brutal for Tuesday. I need my body to get it together.
Yeah.
I am really sick of being sick, or of having to take work off, or of having to like navigate trauma from being sick and being like, no, because that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm over. I think that's why I want spring, because I rarely get sick
season.
during the year,
No.
but spring, summer, I'm on lock. I have teeth
No,
issues.
I'm ready to get
but
out
I'm
of
not.
seasonal depression.
Same, queen.
I just like, I'm ready for the sun to make me happy again.
I'm ready for the sun to come out and stay out, and then to see people at the park. Not that I'd go to the park, but I'd drive by a park and I'd see people there, or
But not like staring at people at the park is not a great.
I just like walk by. Oh my gosh! Speaking of last night, driving home, and it was late because I went dancing and to a dance class, not like dancing on a
You went clubbing?
night. Yeah, I went clubbing. Shout out Brooke, my club instructor. So this car is like pacing me on the freeway, this Beamer. And I slowed down thinking like, oh, does he want to try to come over? And then he slows down. And then I'm like, okay, so I speed back up and he speeds back up. And his windows are super tinted. And I'm like, what the heck? So we're kind of coming up Point of the Mountain.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to go a little bit faster and I'll go around him, or I'll hit the brake. But I decided to go fast. And then he like guns it. Like, we then hit, that's when the storm starts. We then hit so much wind and just sheets of rain. And so then I start seeing him fishtail a little bit, and I was like, so I immediately like slow down. You know, you're not supposed to brake, so I just like immediately stopped. But I had some momentum, but we were uphill anyway. And I thought, if I watch this car die, like get in a car accident, I'm not stopping. No, I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking if I watch this car like go, knowing that like, I don't know, maybe because then I was like gaslighting myself, like you were egging him on.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I wasn't. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to tell the police. Like I'm gonna have to stop and be like, hey, I was the black car, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna like drive chill. How did we get on here?
I feel like I have seen people driving crazy recently.
Yeah, I think everyone's itching to be out of seasonal depression.
No, I watched a guy yesterday cut a woman off on purpose because she was going too slow in the fast lane. And I was like almost relatable, but he cut over on top of her to make a point. Like, and there was no need for it. He could have sped up more and then came over, but he came over so close to her that she had to brake. And I was like, people are not well.
Literally on Sunday, we were hitting the freeway or Saturday, we were hitting the freeway. And, you know, when you're coming off of Triumph and then it's two lanes that are turning and then it kind of almost quickly merges into just one to hit the on-ramp.
Yeah.
A car behind me was trying to like go around me, but the other car was blocking.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh gosh, just like calm down, guys. We're all going to get on the freeway. And I said that to Steven. Then we get on, and then I see the car that was next to me that is now in front of the other car going so slow, doing that little wave thing. So like the guy can't pass him. And I was like, wait, you're the bad car? I thought, what is wrong?
I also am just like, I don't want to tempt fate like that. Like,
oh, same. I don't want to die in a car accident.
I don't want to die in a car accident. I don't want to die in a road rage incident. If I have enough anger to maybe use a hand gesture while I'm driving, I'm doing it below the windows. I don't want anybody to see. Like, if I accidentally cut somebody off, I'm like waving, so sorry. Like, I do not need somebody to aggress me on the road. I am not interested. No, thank you.
Yeah, everyone just needs to like, just listen to the pod. Turn on the pod and enjoy it. Just be cool, just relax. We're not racing anywhere. Ooh. No, we're just chill,
But
bro.
also to get there, 5 minutes early? Like, what
Who
is
wants
the
to
point?
be that person?
Ugh.
Okay, we have Lauren report from last week.
Give it to me.
Rita Ora, and how do you say her?
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi are married. They were married in August of 2022.
Oh, okay.
And then Ursula was based on the drag queen named Divine, and then she passed away a year before the movie came out.
Oh.
Which is kind of sad, but interesting to see. Margot Robbie was at the BAFTAs, not at the People's Choice Awards, from that photo that we talked about. And then she said Joey pronounces it Grazada? Joey Grazade?
Who?
Grazade? Also, he's an idiot, she said. I have no idea
Joey
what
who?
that's...
What does that even
I don't know. Lauren, you'll need to give a follow-up. Actually, now I don't know what the Joey thing is.
Yeah, I'm like, Joey who? Did we talk about a Joey?
We had to have, but I listened to the episode because I sent you some really funny social cuts.
You did?
They didn't actually materialize, but we did. I did do my part.
We're working on it. We have full-time jobs.
We're
This
doing
is
the
for
best we
fun.
can.
We just want to hang out together
We just
and
wanna-
have you guys listen too.
I know. That's so funny. Oh, speaking of friends that listen, I have to give a shout out to Cute Tori, who yesterday in my dance class came up and she's like, "You feeling okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." And because I'd had that cardiac episode in the dance class, like every now and then people, really kind people would be like, "Hey, just,
you okay?
don't work out too hard. We don't have to, there is an
Maybe
EMT
take it
here."
slow this song.
And I'm like, "I'm doing fine." They just they look at me sweaty, like barely hanging on. And they're like, "You could sit this one out. Not
Yeah.
everyone needs to, try.
Maybe, yeah.
Now, you don't have to Shakira. You don't have to try everything. Okay, you could cool your teats." But so she came up, and so this other girl said, "Oh, you had a heart issue," and she goes, "And you had influenza A." I listen to your pod every week, and I was like, "Queen." I know it's so fun that more and more people are listening, and so
people
thank
in the
you for
wild
listening.
are like, "Oh, I love your podcast." I'm like,
And I'm like, "Hi, just 1 second. Black sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Thanks, baby.
"Sorry,
What's
no
up?"
photos, no photos."
I'm like, "I'm not doing photos right now unless you want to."
Baby.
Oh, speaking of, we have a new sponsor.
A new sponsor.
New sponsor. Now, I think he pronounces his name Stephen.
Stephen?
Stephen Nelson.
Stephen.
Stephen Nelson. My we-to-do. That's what his family calls him. We do, and then we-to-do, and all variations of that. I don't get it. It's a
Okay,
Nelson
cool.
thing. But my partner is now an official sponsor of the pod. So thank you. He's a silver sponsor.
Thank you, Stephen.
Which is great.
That's so weird that Traven hasn't sent in.
No one's thinking it, babes. No one's thinking about
So
whose
weird.
partner
Although
is more
he
supportive.
does spend so much time helping me edit the podcast, so I do think
He's
is
a
putting
sponsor in
effort.
kind.
Yeah, he's a sponsor behind the scenes, if you
Yes.
will.
So we're so excited. And anyone else, if you want to
Yeah.
sponsor, we should get a good
We
bad.
are open and available.
Yeah, and we should get some good baddie merch. Mostly just like stickers. So if you sponsor, we'll send you a good
What's a new
baddie
sticker?
merch. Oh my gosh, we could do that with our. Oh, and then
Our-
one random lucky sponsor.
One
Once a
random lucky sponsor.
year, we will put all the sponsors, all sponsor tiers in a little bingo wheel thing. We'll pull out their name and you will go home. Yes. We will sign it too.
Yeah.
With our life-size cutout of ourselves.
Honestly, like maybe even bigger than life size. Although I'm like, is my head genuinely that size?
Yeah, I'm like, I think my head and my forehead in particular is about that much real estate. Because there is a golf course. There are at least, that's a 9-holer right there. You could fully, you know how people like take things and then they zoom out, zoom in, and it's like, oh, and they're at the beach,
Another
and then
picture
it's
in
another
the
picture,
picture,
another
in the
picture. They could do that for days on my forehead. Just zoom in. It's like an entire colony. Zoom back out. Hit another portion.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
All right, let's get into our stories.
Let's get into it.
But thank you, babe, for being a sponsor. We love you. Okay, SAG Award recap. SAG Awards were this weekend. Now, the SAG Awards are kind of the last step before the Oscars. And in most commentaries, they say it's the most credible of the award shows because it's peers, it's SAG, it's, the Screen Actors Guild kind of world. So Oppenheimer and The Bear really dominated the night.
As they
in
should.
So many ways. I've never seen Oppenheimer.
Actually, I haven't
still
seen Oppenheimer either. I was just about to say that.
But
I just
it
I
did
need
be-
it to be sunny for me to watch Oppenheimer.
I need to, whoa, that is so absolutely true. The ambience in which you watch a movie really directs the movie. Like I can only watch super scary-ish movies in the middle of the day where
no.
the UPS is dropping off stuff.
As I said, I read a murder book in the middle of the night when police were looking through. That was not the correct atmosphere. I did not sleep that evening because I was terrified.
Now, I will say Lily Gladstone was a little bit of a surprise because Emma Stone had sort of been sweeping the categories.
Lily Gladstone, one of them got the Emmy and one of them got the...
Golden,
I think.
Oh, okay.
I think Lily Gladstone has won once, but Emma had won the other few.
Now, the stunt ensemble in a motion picture is kind of a cool category because I think it is cool to recognize the stunt people that are doing all the stunts. And that was Mission Impossible. But I thought that was interesting because, you know, that giant scene where
drives off the hill.
That's him.
Cliff.
He actually did it.
Yeah.
So I guess he should have been there accepting the award. Maybe he was. He was just behind all the taller people. Drama categories went to Succession. I've never watched that, but I feel like it's the kind of TV show that I would like on a trip.
I just pictured myself. Isn't Tom Cruise like 5'7"?
Yeah, he's on a box.
I know that if I saw Tom Cruise in the wild, that would be like, you know, like kind of stunning a little bit to be like, that's Tom Cruise, but like I couldn't respect him. I'm looking him in the eye.
Looking down at him in the eye. You see his platform
Tom,
shoes.
Thank you.
You're like, Tom.
Yeah, like bends. Like if I had
I go to
crouch.
chest bump, but I just like go to hug him, and his head is just like right against my pecs. I'm like, hello, little man, like a Yoda. I've met a celebrity one time. Did I ever tell you this story? I've met several celebrities, but this is my first celebrity meeting. Was Ben Stiller in a New York City hotel bathroom.
No.
I was there for Model United Nations, so I'm at BYU.
Yeah.
We stayed like at the Marriott on Times Square. So we get there, we're kind of checking, we're waiting for us to be able to get our rooms, and I end up just running to the bathroom, and I look over, and in the urinal is Ben Stiller, and I kind of do like a double take, and then he doesn't look like himself. Like a lot of actors, they look so much more different on TV.
Yeah.
But I look over and I'm like kind of examining him to be like, wait, is that Ben Stiller? And he goes, can't I just pee in effing privacy? And I no sooner, like I shot forward. And there's kind of like a rule about urinals, like don't wander your eye. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Unless you're like at a club downtown.
Yeah.
During Pride, and then you're not even using the urinal. You're just like there with your urinal. I get like the rule.
Yes.
So I wasn't like, he was maybe 3 or 4 stalls down. So it's not like I could have seen his little Stiller. I'm just saying like Yeah, because he's a very small man. He was very little.
Small.
Yeah, sure. Like it was alarming. Yeah. Anyways, and then he left the bathroom, didn't wash his hands, just stormed out of the bathroom, like, copped this attitude, left. So then I, shake, zip, wash, exit. And I'm trying to tell people, like, did you see Ben Stiller come out of the bathroom? But because he's so, like, almost innocuous there, nobody else saw him. So I felt like I had taken crazy pills. But I was like, that was Ben Stiller. I saw him peeing in a urinal, and he yelled at me. He cursed at me. It's like when Regina George punched me in my face, and I loved it. It was amazing. Or it was awesome.
But also, like, I get it. But also, like, that's a crazy
But I also
response.
looked like I was, 20, 21, 22. I mean, I guess that's older. It seems a lot younger now that I'm pushing in my 40s.
It's like when you're like, early 20s is so young to me now.
Yes.
And I'm just turning 30 in a week. Ooh. But I'm like, 20? I don't know her.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like, she was wild. She made really poor decisions.
Same. Anyway, so that's my celebrity setting. Okay. Beef. Have you seen Beef yet?
No.
It's so good.
You said it's amazing.
It is really, really good. I'm glad
we
that
talked
one.
About it here.
Pedro Pascal won for Last of Us.
He was so funny.
He's so funny.
He was pretty drunk because he did not think he was going to win because he had not won previously. But he gets up and he's like, I'm so drunk because I thought I could be drunk. I'm going to go have a panic attack. And then just walks off.
He was against, the boys from Succession. And then Billy Crudup from Morning Show, which I'm caught up onto. That's a heavy field.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked him to win, honestly.
No, but I haven't seen The
neither
Last
did
of
he.
Us. I've heard it's really good.
I've seen it too. It's really, really
I
good.
don't like zombies.
I guess that's true. I forget that there are zombies.
They're like,
but there
not
is a
really
Nick
zombies,
Offerman
but they're-
scene.
Yeah, I've heard
that
that's
is-
beautiful. Did
that
you
whole
see what
episode's
he
one of the
said?
most
Yeah, I think
beautiful.
he won.
Nick Offerman, yeah.
And he said, when people say hateful things like, why did you have to make it gay? And he said, because you are saying things like that.
Yeah.
It's not a gay story. It's a love story.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It really is. I sobbed during the show about it because it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really good. So I encourage you. Okay, so we covered Drunk Pedro. Now, Hannah Waddingham.
I love
The
her.
cutest. I did see it. A cardboard clutch that her daughter had made because she wanted to contribute to her look.
I love that.
I love that so much. It's also a great way to kind of stay in the news because she's moving out of relevancy until I don't know what her next project will be.
Yeah.
But she was so iconic in Ted Lasso.
I think she's still, I would say still in relevancy. She's certainly not A-list, but she did a Christmas special that got a ton of
on
press.
Apple TV.
Yeah, I
Apple
heard it was
Plus.
great.
We watched
She's
some of it.
extremely talented.
Very, very, very talented. Vocally, really, really great. I think she does theater as well. But
That's
when I say
where
like relevance,
Ted
I mean
Lasso
like
discovered her.
they were in Ted Lasso was like the pinnacle of pop culture for several years.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go except down from there. So she's clearly on her decline, but this was a great kind of way to be like, hi, don't forget how much you love me. Okay. Say the name from the bear, the girl.
I thought it's Io.
Okay.
I think it's Io.
Her
Lauren, I can't
interview,
wait for
I
you to tell me
sent
I'm
it to
wrong.
you, is hilarious.
So funny.
You know, what would you say to your little girl, you know, the younger version of yourself? Did your younger version of yourself see you winning here? And she goes, can you imagine if I was like, yep.
But
Like-
she says it with such a straight face. She reminds me of like Jennifer Lawrence when she
I
gathers
sent it to you. I
fame.
wonder if
you did.
I'm going to see if we can
She
play it
like
here and then
says
see if
it.
it'll...
What would you say to your younger self? Like, did you ever think that you would be here right now?
Imagine I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I would say nothing to her, obviously, just because of the rules of time travel. I've never been visited by myself in the future, and so I think if that happened to me, I would not make the decisions. You understand? It's like it's Tenet logic. Anyway.
You know what I find so
It's
funny in
Tenet
that clip
logic.
is not one of them seem like
Phased.
they're not phased at all, which tells me this is
who she
regular
is.
behavior for her.
Agreed.
Be like, I obviously would not talk to myself in time
She's like-
travel because I understand the rules
Of time
in
travel,
science
that's just like
fiction.
basically the laws
So
of Tenet.
anyway, you understand. Like, and everybody standing there from the cast of The Bear is like,
They're like, I was hoping some of them were gonna like clock
Laugh?
the interviewer. No, to be like, is she gonna take this the right way? Because like we know what it's like. I know that look
They were
because
just
my
looking
friends
at
have
her
that
like
look
she
a
was
lot of the times.
endearing.
Yeah, I just feel like, but you know that look where your friends are kind of like, when you go
Let's see
out,
how this lands.
Yeah, when you meet your friend's parents or family,
Yeah.
and then like you're being yourself, and your friend is kind of like clocking to see how the third parties are registering you're crazy.
Yes.
That's what I'm so used to seeing from my friends that I was expecting to see it in the other people, but they didn't, and that makes me love her so much. I want people to take award shows that level of
Yeah.
seriousness. Like that's my one main advice.
No, yeah, my advice is start answering questions weirder.
Yes. Speaking of weird, Melissa McCarthy at the SAG Awards has Billie Eilish sign her forehead.
Melissa McCarthy, that woman knows how to do a bit.
100%. Then she sniffs the Sharpie and then puts it in her arm. Gonna keep this for later.
She's so silly.
She's so silly, but she's also gorgeous. I saw her at the producers' dinner, like the pre-Oscars producers' dinner or something, and she looked. I'm gonna find it for you. She looked. I think she's
Her
beautiful.
stylist, whoever is her stylist,
All the awards.
crushes it every time.
Agreed.
Okay, I would live for an Oscars hosted by her. Do you think she's been asked before?
I can't imagine she wasn't asked before because
She's so
I don't-
freaking funny.
yeah, and
Even if it was like her and her husband, like the
that'd be a
duo
really
of them
good-
is
that's a
so
solid get.
funny. Also, has Melissa McCarthy written a book?
Look how
she
gorge.
always looks
Like that's so
good
pretty and like a
and
purple
so
lame.
flattering.
Yeah, she knows how to dress for her body. I also think she has cool, unique style. And honestly, I don't really care what she wears because she's so dang funny.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But they're a solid get
I think-
for Oscar hosts.
Has she written a book? I don't think
I don't
she
think
has.
she
I feel
has, like a
I would
memoir?
know.
I would love her. I would
need
love to hear
write a
her
memoir.
story.
I think that she is actually somebody. I mean, we talk about her pretty often
Last
on here.
week.
That I'm like, I would love to hear her story because she is somebody that I would be like, I want to be like her.
Yeah.
Like she is. Like, I want to have the level of unseriousness that she has.
And
in
the
life.
level of confidence, but also you know that that's born out of a lot of heartache. Like that's not,
Yeah.
it was not easily, I don't imagine it was easily obtained for
Yeah.
her. And so I really celebrate that. Speaking of celebrity memoirs, I just bought Viola Davis's memoir
Ooh, I've
on
heard it's
Audible
good.
because she reads it herself. And I think her voice is, I just want her, how to get away with murder. That's all I'll hear
Yeah.
from her. Also, that's not how it sounds on the show at all. But I would love a Melissa McCarthy memoir, and I think she's a really solid choice for who's hosting the Oscars this year.
I don't know. I have
check it
no
out.
idea.
I'll watch the Oscars just so I can give a report, but I'm kind of over awards.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for the season to be over. Oscar
I agree.
Host.
I'm over awards. I'm ready for it to be the Met.
I'm over. Oh, Jimmy Kimmel is going to host, which I just
Oh,
read somewhere that
great.
he's not renewing his show contract. He didn't get an offer. I'm ready
over
for
that.
summer blockbusters. I'm ready to really turn the tide and start producing or releasing some dope movies. I am going to go to Dune this weekend with Steven.
I didn't
Dune
even
2.
see the first one.
It's really, someone on TikTok had said, it's not my vibe, it's not my genre because I'm not into very serious sci-fi fantasy world issues.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of in the same
Like
vote, but I think
politically
it's supposed to be
charged
like you should
science
see it in
fiction.
IMAX, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go see it in an IMAX theater.
Maybe
So-
if Traven wants to see
Okay,
it.
and then the other thing we have to talk about is not SAG, but it was the Spirit Awards. Adie Bryant hosted. She could do. She and like
She
Vanessa
is so
Bayer
funny.
would be great hosts, like an SNL Girls or whatever.
Yeah.
But she's hosting. We can't say exactly the bit on the show because it's explicit.
She
Oh,
just-
that should be our code word for the kids because the kids actually have been listening and they're in a little bit of a race. I owe Charlotte like $80 because I do whichever kid gets it first gets $20 for the week. Conceptually, that sounded a lot better until I
Yeah,
figure
until
that
they
50
actually started
weeks of
listening.
$20 is $1,000 in if they focus. And they do that each week. Now, thankfully, they missed a couple weeks.
Yes.
And I don't know if I really should give them credit for going back. I think it should be like within that
Yeah,
week.
proactively.
But we're navigating this new
we're
financial
working on it.
obligation for
We're
Papa
working
Walker.
on it.
But the word will be explicit episode
Yes.
because that'll be like we can't say these
Yeah.
things because of explicit episode. But Adie Bryant,
She just
she
calls
says, I just
everybody
want
a B
to,
word.
she's like, I just want to, roast people, like the classics, roast people. I think we can share it as a story or share it in our carousel.
Yeah, we'll share it
We'll
as, like, a
do
reel.
her reel because
It's
is
so
hilarious.
funny. She's just like, Natalie Portman is here. You B word. And like,
And then she's like, I'm sorry. I know
Sorry.
it's supposed to be clever.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Sterling K. Brown is here. More like stupid KB. And she's like, sorry. And then she just keeps like, she ramps up. And then she sees Greta
It's
Lee and she
so
says, Greta Lee is
funny.
here. You are a slob and a slut and a stupid. And Greta Lee's like nodding like, I
she's
am.
like, I am. Which is the appropriate way to react.
Yeah, she's an excellent.
The only other thing we have to talk about with the SAG Awards is that the Ted Lasso cast showed up to the after party all
yes.
in matching AFC Richmond tracksuits. And I've never wanted to be a part of a friend group more. Like,
Yes.
I had so much FOMO. I'm like, I don't know any of these people. I have a parasocial relationship
Yeah.
with all of them. I need to be friends with all of these people.
And they just seem like they're friends with each other.
Yes.
Which is what you want, particularly because SAG like really celebrates the ensemble. So it's
Yeah.
like the ensemble, the work of everybody together. It's kind of like the perfect vibe for you having like a Ted Lasso, like showcasing the friendship there on a show, on an awards night that
Yes.
celebrates the ensemble. Gosh,
And they
I
all were
struggled
like-
getting that thought out.
dancing. They all were just jamming. They're in the middle of the dance floor. I was just like, why am I not in this friend group?
And I loved Hannah's tracksuit was like custom tailor fit to her body.
Oh,
it was
and she had like a $4,000 soccer ball clutch.
Oh, really?
It was so cute. It was just like this
that's a
little
good
soccer
get
ball.
if you were at like doing gifts for your co-stars or something on a TV show like that, to get a Judith Liebman, or is that
it
how do you
was
say her name?
so I don't know what you're talking about.
She's a really famous purse designer that does sort of camp purses. I think Judith Lever.
I don't know. But yeah, she looked so good. But I was just like, I can't think of a cast.
See, Judith Lieber.
Oh, yeah,
Lieber
it looks
purses.
very much like that. I can't think of a cast in recent years where they've had this like tight-knit like group like that.
It is hers. There's the soccer ball, 4,000. Am I
You're
an investigator? Am I an
pop
investigative
culture
reporter?
aficionado?
Literally.
Yeah. If you could join a cast of any show, mainly for the friendship, not for whatever show you'd be in, mainly for like, I want to be friends with all of these people, who are you
a
choosing?
TV show,
Yeah.
a series. Okay. Gosh, this is a really, really hard question for me because I want to get it right.
Mine would probably be Ted Lasso and or Shrinking. But either way, I get Roy Kent. Because Roy Kent is the creator of Shrinking.
Wait, really?
He wrote.
Oh, I
he
didn't
wrote
know
it.
that. Oh my gosh, Roy Kent. He's
Yeah,
also one of the
Brent
writers on Ted Lasso.
Goldstein?
Yeah.
Brett Goldstein. He wrote it. There's a funny story where they wanted who plays the old guy again? Indiana Jones.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. Okay. They wanted Harrison Ford, and Harrison Ford called him and was like, hey, can you come over for dinner or drinks? And he comes over, and Harrison Ford says, this is the best script I've ever read. And Brett Goldstein like looks around the room, and there's a bunch of other scripts, and he finds Shrinking, and he goes, this one. Because he's like, I thought he was confused. Like, he was like, what do you mean? So he like finds his script, picks it up, and he's like, you mean this script? This one? And he was like, yes. He's like, okay, just clarifying. But yeah, he's one of the writers of it.
Okay, I had to look into top TV shows. I realized why this is so silly for me to have missed it.
Well,
Modern Family, I think, would be the cast I would join. But then the kind of the second runner-up that I saw that I was like, I guess that is kind of true. I would love to be friends with everybody on Veep. Did you ever watch Veep?
another great one.
Really, I would say those ensemble casts are my two. If I could join and just be friends with them and hang around the comedic geniuses. I think if I want to be around comedic geniuses, I would do Veep. But if I want to do people that I genuinely would just like love working with and being on set with, Modern Family
is
would
a
be it.
really good one.
All right. Romeo Beckham and his girlfriend Mia Regan split after 5 years of love.
Now, are these people kind of irrelevant?
Fully.
Yes. It is David Beckham's son and probably some heiress that he's been dating.
Yep. Now, you picked this story because you like how they did the breakup.
So they posted an Instagram story with just like a normal caption you throw over an Instagram story of like, both of them are silly photos, but it basically is like, we friend zoned each other after 5 years. Love you. I think that's so funny. Like, I think it is a masterclass in breaking up as like a public.
Because they're
Like,
what? I
it's-
think they're like 21. I think they're really, 21.
Yeah, they've been dating though since they were
16,
teenagers.
yeah.
I think it's so like it takes the wind out of our sails of like, why did they break up? What happened? Like, it's just silly, and it's like I still have a lot of love for this person without it feeling like honestly, it's very Gen Z. It's very like unproblematic. I still like this person, but I don't want to be with them. So we friend zoned each other.
That I feel like is the difference. So I feel like boomers never break up. They get one person and they just stick with it through like abuse and addiction and all the other terrible things of why you should leave. Boomers are like, we're doing it.
We're doing
We
it.
chose each other. We're sticking with each other. Then what's after I'm just going to skip
Gen
the
X.
millennials. Is it Gen X next?
Yeah, no,
I don't really know
they're
how
the middle child. They're the
Oh,
forgotten.
Gen X would be like they don't break up, they just cheat on each other. I feel like that's like Gen X.
Yeah, they're all swinging.
Yeah, they're all swinging at a gym I used to frequent. And then millennials break up, I would say, like the most delicately. Like I
Yeah.
feel like we're like the most like, hey,
We,
I need to
wanna
talk
talk about our
about it.
feelings.
Can I talk about it?
We're
We're
all
like
in therapy.
constantly DTRing. We're all in therapy. We're doing it in a healthy way. We're actually probably passing the buck on our therapist. Hey, I was talking to Christina and she said I needed to focus on me. So, like I think that that's very millennial.
Yeah.
Then Gen Z for sure is this sort of crap.
Yeah.
Where she's like, totes, don't even bother. We're going to co-parent. Like, like I just, peace, love, light, moving on. Next chapter.
Love and laughter.
Like, thank you, next. Like, that's very much a different,
Yeah.
and I don't know her. But
Yep.
those are all the different versions of
But
breaking
I
up.
really like it for a celebrity breakup because, like, what can you talk about?
Yeah.
Like, there's no rumors. There's no, like, speculating. It's just like, we fell out of love.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
good
so
way to do it.
casual.
If you're going to break up, I think you don't, if you're going to publicly talk about it or post, and when I say public, I don't even mean if you're a public figure. I just mean if you have
Yeah.
a social media account. If you're going to post something, which you don't have to, by the way, that's
Yeah.
my general advice. You don't have to post that you broke up with someone.
Yeah.
But if you do post something, it's okay for it to be measured and balanced and maybe a little fun and light instead of just like, with devastation, I announced the breakup of my
Our sincere sorrow,
Yeah.
we
know
have
we let you
decided
down.
to separate,
Blah, blah, blah.
and we ask that you respect our privacy at this time. And
Yeah.
it's like, nobody's gonna respect your privacy at this time. Please stop putting that in your statements.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, nobody cares about your privacy. You're a public figure.
Yes.
Like, I understand your desire for that. Go into hiding then. I don't know what else to tell you. Stop being a celebrity. But you wouldn't because you like the perks. So
You love the perks. You're doing it for the perks.
you're getting no privacy from me.
Yes. We don't privacy. Don't know her for celebrities.
No.
I'm good, dog. All right. I do love. Speaking of relationships ending, this is so funny. Ray J and Princess Love. First off, the names. Second off, they filed for divorce. Oh, so sad.
Oh, no.
For the fourth time. From each other. Fourth time is the charm.
Love.
They Page 6 reports the actress filed for divorce from the One Wish hitmaker in Los Angeles County Monday after nearly 8 years of marriage. Documents say the couple's split is their fourth divorce attempt since May of 2020, as they've continuously dismissed their previous requests while working through their differences. So this, as a divorce attorney, is not uncommon. People will file and then they will pull it. So it wasn't
Really?
yes. I've had multiple where they say, hey, we're actually going to give it another go. We get protective orders. We have to release them all.
Yeah.
So it's not the volatility of
That
relationships.
kind of shocks me.
Really?
I feel like I don't know if I would ever, like, draft up papers unless I was so positive. I think it's good to know that you don't have to.
Yeah. Oh, I would probably say 1 or 2 a year pull out for me.
Really?
Yeah. So it's not terribly uncommon.
But what's the percentage that they end up going through with it later?
Oh, I would probably, I don't know. Those people have not come back to me, but one has actually. And they were like, nope, we're ready. We're
This is happening.
I think a lot of it is if addiction is in play and they're kind of like, am I divorcing the addiction or am I divorcing the person?
Yeah.
And I think that's where it gets nuanced. And so they'll kind of hold out and be like, actually, I'm going to give him another chance. He's in rehab. That's a lot of the cases I've had.
Yeah.
I don't know celebrity reasons. Like I can't imagine Princess Love and Ray J haven't vetted a lot of different issues already.
I have to tell you, in my niece's first grade class, there is somebody in her class named Her Majesty.
Wait, what?
Named Her Majesty.
Did you see the TikTok of like really beautiful names if they had no meaning attached to it? And it's like
Gonorrhea.
asthma. It was like asthma. It's delicious. So cute. Whatever else.
No, it's so funny, Reese. I was like, hey, how's your friend in your class? Ellemnope. And she was like, who? And I go, oh, sorry, Her Majesty. And she's
Sorry,
like,
we're just doing fake names. How's your friend? Wah, wah.
But honestly, Ellemnope, that's going to catch on.
That's really, really funny.
And it's gonna be
so beautiful.
ELL.
I was just to say, oh, I love her. What's her name? Elle. Oh gosh, is that short for Elizabeth? No, it's short for Ellemnope.
It's ELLEMNOP.
P-E.
P-E.
P-E-E.
P-E-E. No, because that would be P, so they wouldn't do it.
Ellemnope. P-E-H.
Pay with an asterisk. Or not an asterisk.
The
a
flav or whatever, the accent.
Yeah. Over the E.
Or the 2 dots. Because who knows what that
Ellemnope.
means? Lauren, if you know what the 2 dots above a
There
letter.
has got to be somebody named Ellemnope already. Ellemnope. Especially if you say it like that.
Anemone.
Ellemnope.
Ellemnope. And this is my gorgeous daughter, Ellemnope. Like, that's how I feel like it has to be done.
I cannot wait to make this a social cut and say, tag your friend Ellemnope.
Tag the Ellemnope in your life.
You know.
The most random names. And then it just starts a fight in the comment section. So here's my advice. It's okay if you want to change going through with a divorce.
Yeah.
I get that. Maybe keep it a little quieter.
No,
because you
yeah.
are going to be the boy who cried divorce wolf. Like, you look a little unstable, baby.
Yeah.
So let's get something else moving.
Well, sometimes I just think, like, I'm very much a person of just, like, this was very much my conditioning of just, like, if you've broken up with this person, there's a reason. And, like, divorce, it's like, if you've broken up with this person, there's probably a reason.
Yeah.
But I think what you said makes sense. Like, if there's a problem that can be resolved, like if there's an addiction, and they're willing to resolve it, then that is something that you can say, okay, I think we're...
Right. But if not, cool it.
Yeah. If not...
Hi, Your Honor. Us
just
again.
Separate for a minute.
Just separate for a while. Just do Jada and Will Smith. Live 2 completely separate lives while still being married.
Trigger warning. You brought them up.
Trigger warning. Miley Cyrus slaps Flavor Flav for calling her Gwen Stefani.
I kind of love
But
this.
it wasn't all good fun.
Yes.
They're saying, obviously, because PR people are on that like white on rice. But it says Flavor Flav got corrected quickly by Miley Cyrus when he accidentally called her Gwen Stefani, getting a swift slap to the face, all in good fun, he says. So he was talking about it on Bethany's podcast, which is so funny that Flavor Flav was on Just
so
Be with
funny.
Bethany. But he says that he got excited to meet Gwen and he ran up to her, but then it was actually Miley. And so he says, I played it super cool, just going along with it during the combo as I lauded her for all of Gwen's work. It was an embarrassing moment for Flavor Flav, whereas his friend later told him, nope, that was Miley.
I think it is so funny that Flava Flav is like so engrossed in pop culture. Like
I don't know what he did. I know he's a rapper. I get it. I cannot
besides
sing.
Flavor of Love.
Yeah, I can't sing a single tune or single note.
All I know is Flava Flav.
Ow, ow, like with teeth, all the grills that don't fit in his mouth.
Yeah.
The giant clocks, the red hat,
I think Gen Z knows who Flava Flav is, but I don't think they know Flava Flav.
They don't know Tiffany Pollard. They don't know something.
No.
If you know something on the flow.
But like,
you know what I'm referencing, right? When something takes a duty on the show and it's on camera.
That show is
on carpet.
Honestly so iconic.
That
if you
show
want
is
iconic pop culture of the early 2000s.
That is up there with Tila Tequila. Flavor Flav, I Love New York. Rock of Love. Brett Michaels. The Walking Venereal Disease.
So bad.
And there I am, 13 years old, watching it.
Last time there was a writer's strike, those were the shows that we got. We got Flava Flav, Flavor of Love.
Flavor of Love, I Love New York.
I saw a tweet of Kesha. She goes, how do I get Fortnite? And Flava Flav replies to the tweet and says, you have to wait till April 19th like the rest of us because Taylor Swift has a song coming out on April 19th called Fortnite. And I was like, he is so in the middle of pop culture and I love it.
That makes me actually have a lot of respect for him.
Yes.
Because clearly he's someone who cares or he has an amazing team. But if he has an amazing team, he's still allowing the amazing team to kind of do a lot of the stuff for him. Oh, that's so funny. What I do want to know is, we're going to make this a thing, our little poll, is we want to know, have you ever watched Flavor of Love,
Flavor of
or
Love,
Tila Tequila?
Tila Tequila was way more controversial because she
was bisexual. And that at the time, and they were putting it on TV.
That was
okay, I'm going to do
wild.
poll.
But I remember her having a, and for sure my parents didn't know that I was watching these shows. You were like, that was one that you went in the basement and you like watched on your TV that your parents often didn't visit, and on your dish remote you had a recall button, so you'd go to Disney Channel, and then you'd go and click on Flavor of Love
on VH1,
and then when you heard somebody coming, you'd press recall, so you would be on
back
the Disney
at Wizards
Channel.
of Waverly Place.
Yes. Or you got tricky enough because you're like, what if they come down and press the recall button? You go to a channel below the Disney Channel, and then you switch up to the Disney Channel.
And you go back to it.
Delete your evidence.
I don't know. I'll have to converse. I don't have great memories of like middle school and high school, but I'll have to ask my parents if we watched it together, because I know my mom watched Flavor Flav.
My mom did not, for sure.
It's not a Molly show.
No, all of those MTV shows, that was like half the time, for whatever reason, like there was a parental control lock on it, and then half the time there wasn't. Like if our dish got reset. Right. Or if one of us found out what the password was. Iconic.
Speaking of finding out what the password is. So I have passwords on my TVs.
Yeah.
And for my kids.
Yeah.
For the record.
Of course.
And so my kids then confessed to me last summer that they know the password. And I was like, how? And because I'll make them like leave the room and then I'll put the password in. I'll turn the volume off so that they don't hear the how many boop, 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 click, doo, doo, click, so that they can't, divine it at all. And they were like, well, when we left, we set up our iPad hidden recording so we could watch you putting it on. So we have a video of you putting the password on.
Honestly, respect.
Don't. No, they're going to
it.
listen to this. That we're not respecting the seeds of criminal behavior.
I respect their ingenuity and I respect their honesty.
I do respect their honesty. I
They
did have to
tell
then
you.
be like, but now every time they'd be around and I'd be clocking, I'd be putting the password, I'm like paranoid, checking around. Like,
no, that's a parenting where you go, I respect it. Not cool.
Yeah, do not do it again, but
not
solid.
Cool, but that was some major sleuthing, and I have no choice but to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Our last story is an Olivia Rodrigo story. She celebrates her 21st birthday by buying cigarettes and a 6-pack of beer. I don't love the messaging.
She did say she did not consume them.
Yes.
But also this goes back to us like being like 20-year-old Stephanie. I don't know her.
Yeah.
That is such a 21-year-old thing to do.
Of
just
course.
to be like, well, I can. So
yeah,
I'm
and if she
to.
didn't do it, I think people would have probably said something.
Yeah.
She's too Disney. She's trying to break out. She's trying to be one, whatever. But did you know that she has a new mute challenge?
Yep. I know I should stop, but I can't.
But you can't. I love seeing that. Do you want to go to Guts when it comes to Salt Lake?
Yes.
Do you already have tickets?
We'll talk offline.
Oh my gosh, without me?
No.
You got another set of tickets without me.
No.
I'm going to gouge my eye out with this super sturdy Stanley straw.
I actually was listening to Guts on the way here. My company that I work for has a suite, and I have tried to claim that I want to go to that one, but I might have to compete in like a lottery to get it.
But do you get a +1?
Yes.
Oh, good.
And I would take you.
That's me. Okay.
Obviously.
Yikesies.
No,
had
I
to dodge
literally
that
on
bullet.
the way here was like, oh, if I won those, who would I take? Chase, obviously.
Yeah, because I actually really, really like her music.
Me too.
So does Oliver. Oliver really loved Olivia Rodrigo for a season.
Concert is, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I would take
Oh, I don't think I'd take
children.
like kids. Yeah, I think she's really trying to
be adult.
Yeah, to be adult.
Be over the age of 21.
So my only advice here is I get the beer thing.
Yeah.
It's fine. If
Cigarettes
people want to
are
drink,
trash.
but cigarettes are so beneath. Like, I thought we moved on.
No, I thought we were at a point in society where you would openly shame people for like
Smoking.
But I think vaping has like normalized that. Like even people who quit vaping are suddenly smoking cigarettes. And I'm like, did we not sit through the same...
Did we not watch the same documentaries
assembly?
of like the lungs?
Didn't you have to sit through that assembly where they put a cigarette into a box and you watched the smoke collect? Like, it's unfathomable to me.
It's so shocking to me. I will say this. So I had a client who smoked, which, okay, great. It's stressful, fine. But he smelled of smoke. So when we went to trial a couple weeks ago, I had to say to him, you smell disgusting. You're going to be seated right next to the judge. Go put some cologne on, mouthwash, whatever
can't
else.
cover it.
It's like, you cannot, but you really can't cover it.
You really can't.
And it's so distinct. I hot take, if you smoke, I absolutely think less of you. I do not care if that makes me a terrible person. If you are smoking cigarettes, you're disgusting. You do not care about yourself. You do not care about your loved ones because you're creating secondhand smoke for people around you. I think if you're smoking and you're in the car with children, take those kids.
I think it's negligent behavior.
Yeah.
I don't
Disgusting,
necessarily say
negligent
I
behavior.
think less of you,
I
but
do.
it's negligent. It's negligent because there's so much information of how bad it is for you that I think that you really, like, it's crazy to me.
Yeah,
it's
and
even crazy to me that people are vaping.
I
Like,
don't even think that, like,
not
if people are
different.
like, oh, well, Chase, let's say fast food. It's like, there's a lot of evidence why you shouldn't be eating fast food. Not the same.
no.
I don't care. Not the same. A lot of evidence about why you shouldn't be, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something else. Not the same.
Yeah.
No, false comparison. You suck.
No, I just think like smoking is so obviously bad for you. Vaping is not different. I don't care what anybody says, especially now that we're seeing people get popcorn lung from it. You're still addicted to it because there's nicotine in there.
Right.
Even though you're saying, oh, there's not that much bad things in it. I don't care that it smells like cotton candy. Like, and the fact that people also now are like sneaking vapes on planes. I'm like, do you not think that shows how addicted you are to this?
Right.
That you can't take a flight without vaping?
Yes.
That like, it's concerning.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Also, I don't want your secondhand smoke.
I don't want your secondhand most things.
I don't like vintage. I don't like secondhand. I don't like thrifting.
I like new.
I like brand new. I'm a consumer. I love capitalism.
I love capitalism. You know what I bought? Okay, we'll end on this. My latest TikTok shop purchase. Have you ever bought something?
No,
That-
you have a problem.
I'm aware, but have you ever bought something that when it comes, you're actually afraid to open it because you know what it is?
No.
I did.
What? Did you
I
buy a
bought
spider?
super sour gushers, and then like the ultra sour, where they take gushers, they coat it in some sort of sour juice, and then they coat it in sour powder. Even saying it is making the little glands in my mouth begin
there,
to water. And so they're currently in the mailbox. I got confirmation your package has been delivered,
You're like, I'm
and I
scared.
panicked. This is 2 days ago or 3 days ago. I panicked, so I went on TikTok. Just out of, whatever. I was like, I'm not going to deliver it. Then I ordered more in different flavors because I'm like, maybe what I have to do, because I didn't want to have to go just try it. So it's like, maybe what I'll have to do is I'll try like multiple flavors. So that way, so I have a problem because now I have blue raspberry and I have mango. So I can compare all the sourness of them.
Crickets.
That's where I'm at. That's how my life is going right now. But I'm going to bring them out when I got with my mom to go see the kids. Because I think it'll be a fun.
Mom, that's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited to go hang out with her, and we get to do. We're gonna do Boston for a day first, then we'll go get the kiddos. Then we'll do the musical. We got this cool Airbnb.
The
hang
lake
out.
house? Or a different one?
A different one, because Charlotte has to be at the school so many times for the different performances that I got one a lot closer to the house. The other one's like maybe 45 minutes to an hour away.
Yeah.
But did you know this about my mom? She was a competitive laser tag player when we were growing up. She was on a
She's
team
an icon.
with like teens and virgins. She like 23-year-old virgins. She was she played that. So then I was
she did live in Canada. There's not a lot to do.
No, it was when she was a mom in Utah
A
with
mom
4 children.
Oh, I guess 23. That is when people had kids back then.
No, I'm saying she was with 23-year-old virgins, but I think this was like my mom in middle school. I remember her going to competitions, to like actual competitive nights. My mom is insanely good at, she first off is a sniper, second off excellent defensive instincts. Mm-hmm. She reads a lot of murder mystery and CIA spy stuff, so she knows what got your 6 means.
She knows how to
She's
clear
using
a
that
corner.
she knows how to clear a corner. And so, anyways, I was saying, hey, Oliver, on the Saturday, Charlotte's going to be like at the musical the whole time. And we're not going to go to all the performances.
Yeah.
We're going to go to a couple of them. But then I was like, we're going to have some downtime so we could do like laser tag, whatever else. So I was saying to my mom, we could do bowling, laser tag,
She's
blah, blah,
like,
blah. My mom was like, laser tag. She's having double knee replacement surgery in April, so pray for her. But she was like, laser tag before I have my surgery. I want to do laser tag there. I was like, okay.
Oh.
So it'll be fun to go do laser tag with my mom and hang out with her and get to hang out. So we're doing that in a couple weeks.
So fun.
So I figured I'd bring out the sour gushers and we do a challenge because my kids like sour things. So we'll see how sour they like it.
So fun.
I know we got good things happening. We hope you guys are having good things happening. So thank you for hanging out with us for this hour and change, I think.
Well, usually.
Usually, I know we were like, oh, under an hour, we'll aim for it. Lie.
We love to
And
talk.
the detest lie.
We love
that
to
was
chat.
a lie.
The lie detector determined.
That was true. You are not the father. Have you seen that meme? This is the last one. Have you seen that meme that's like the tester and the DNA? You are not the children's father. Woman run around screaming, man cheering. Me, sick at home, watching Mari. This is good TV.
Mari was good TV. You guys
Mari
don't
was.
even
Is he
know.
still alive, Maury Povich?
Probably.
I hope he's still doing DNA readings for like cameos.
Yeah.
That'd
at,
be
like,
a great
gender
get a
reveals.
gender reveal. Mari gender reveal.
He's like, you are not having a girl.
You are having a boy.
That would be
that's
really
that's
funny
actually
for
a really good gender reveal.
To have somebody dress up as Maury, and then we all sit in the audience, and then the wife and the wife and husband
And then- no,
sit
no.
there in the chair, and they're both cheering for one.
And it's both of their no, it's like different people, and then it's like, but that's not totally true because you got your cousin here too, right? And then like some random comes out and it's like, it's gonna be a boy. It's gonna, you know what I mean?
That
Like
would be
amping
funny.
it up.
Both the husband and wife are hoping for a girl. The cousin comes out hoping for a boy.
I've been seeing it, like, totally activated.
You are not having a girl. The cousin freaks
I knew
out. Yeah, let's go.
Wait, can
Need-
someone have a baby
need.
soon? Oh, I'm doing. Can you imagine? Can you imagine for the baby shower that I'm throwing in a couple weeks? We do, but I need someone who's gonna have a baby that has not had a gender reveal.
No,
So
yeah.
Stephanie and I can orchestrate a Maury Povich
Maury.
gender reveal
Yes.
talk show gender reveal TM for you.
Honestly, that would be SNL call us. That's
SN
a really
good
funny
idea.
skit.
That was a really funny bit. Like we said a couple weeks ago, you know a good bit. You know how to do a good bit.
I love a good bit. I'm almost Melissa McCarthy.
So close.
So close.
But but really not even as far. Not so far.
Not
just
so
close.
far.
Yeah.
Just
we
like
got
the
this.
stardom. That's all.
Yeah. The acknowledgement is
Yeah.
really what we're missing. But the talent is for sure there.
But the talent is there.
And so is the
there
delusion.
are people out there who can sing better than Beyonce. We just don't know them.
Yeah. They don't have as good of a PR team.
So like me, but with Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, 100%. And me with her husband. Yeah, we're the same.
Yes, exactly.
All right, you guys, we hope you have a great week. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, kiddos. Love you. There once was a ship. When you see your name.